ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नाम्ने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very, very happy to be with all of you. I wanted one host. Anybody who can host, who can make me co-host? Okay. Thank you, Preeti Mataji. Yeah. So, yesterday we were discussing a very interesting topic because we saw how the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Jivasya Tattva Jignasa, which means if you're a living being, inquire about absolute truth. Okay. But then Bhagavatam goes on to explain what is that absolute truth. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Shabdate. Okay, all right. Bhagavan. And Bhagavatam very clearly says first Brahman, first step Brahman, second step Paramatma, third step Bhagavan. So Bhagavan realization is the ultimate realization. Then, after that, you all turn on your videos. Yeah. After that, devotees turn on their videos. And then we proceed ahead. So yesterday we were discussing how exactly do we, I'll just quickly summarize and recapitulate what we did yesterday. Okay. So we were discussing how to realize the absolute truth. And what is the solution that Bhagavatam is giving? The solution is we have to hear from the spiritual master. Yes, we have to hear. A seriously inquisitive student has to hear from the spiritual master, and that's the way to realize Bhagavan. So the process of hearing is so potent that a neophyte can become Bhagavat. That is the whole cream of what we discussed yesterday. However, neophyte, like at least me, neophyte, I can come to the platform of Bhagavat, which means Bhagavat is a person who has a relationship with the Lord, correct, with Bhagavan. So we discussed about the second class, third class, fourth class people in this world, four different kinds of human beings. And Bhaktas are the first class people, first class devotees. Okay. Then we discussed about how the Jnana and Yoga are imperfect means for realizing absolute truth. Whereas devotional service, so we discussed about two things, Japa and also Bhagavatam. So Japa is the basis, but Japa has to be in full knowledge. How is that full knowledge? And with full detachment. Detachment from materialistic association, and Japa should be with complete knowledge of Godhead. So how to do that? Through devotee association of two Bhagavats. You associate with the person Bhagavat, you become detached from materialistic association. You associate with book Bhagavat, you become full of knowledge. Yes. So the conclusion was bhakti is meant for the topmost people, not for the low class people. In fact, anyone low class taking to bhakti will become high class. Okay. So even among devotees, so now we discussed about four categories of human beings: karmis, jnanis, yogis, and bhaktas. Right? And there are three categories of transcendentalists: jnanis, yogis, and bhaktas are transcendentalists. Karmis are not transcendentalists. So jnani is the third category of transcendentalist, yogi is second category, and bhaktas are first class transcendentalists. Okay, so we have known this. But even among bhaktas, there is categorization. So we are going to understand the categorization among devotees today. Okay. The third class devotee or neophytes who have no knowledge and are not detached from materialistic association, which means what? Without knowledge and detachment, also you can be a category of devotee, but that is certainly not a first class devotee. Yeah. But who are simply attracted by the preliminary process of worshipping deity in the temple are called as material devotees. Yeah. So they are called in Sanskrit. If you can read Bhagavatam, this is 11th canto, 2nd chapter, Loka number 45. Yes, this but Arche eva Hare. Yes, Pujayan Shraddhayam Vite. Natat Bhakteshu Chanyeshu Sa Bhakta Prakrita Smritaha. This comes in the Bhagavatam. That a person who is attached to worshipping deities very faith. Worshipping deities means they may get plants for the deities, they get fruits for the deities, they have darshans of the deities, they attend the Mangal Aartis right in the morning, waking up, taking bath, and coming. But they are only attracted to the preliminary process. Yeah, we just want to do Mangalarti and then run away home. Do some claps in the kirtan and run away home. Not taking completely to japa, not coming to the Bhagavatam class because they think, why this devotee should come in between me and Bhagwan? It's me and Bhagwan. Nobody in between. Get out. Others all get out. Bhagavad class, oh, I know more. I have more devotion than this person. Atmano Darpita Bhakti, it is called. So this is a typical mentality of a Kanishta. And we were all at this stage. Me and Bhagwan, why do you need anyone in between? And usually such kind of people, they are more attached to material benefit than transcendental profit. Yes, they come to temple. But why? Yes, they like the Lord. But at the same time, they want a good job. They love the Lord. They have some attraction for the Lord. But at the same time, they want to also, have mind. So they're not able to give up mind because they don't have the detachment. That's mainly because they don't have association. They don't have uh, value for Bhakta Sangha association. Because we don't become devotees by associating with Dham. We don't become devotees by associate. Dham means a holy place, a pilgrimage. We don't become devotees by associating with deities. No, by going to temple. We don't become devotees like that. In fact, we don't even become devotees by chanting. We become devotees by association. If somebody somehow gets the Mahamantra, once my spiritual master was on the in the airport, there were some devotees who were supposed to come and pick him up, but they had not come in time. It's many years back. So there was one gentleman who came there, he stopped by. He opened the door. He said, "Can I give you a lift?" The Maharaj thought it's a very nice opportunity to, talk to this person who's coming to a sadhu. Yeah, very nice. I'll come. Where do you go? Get off. Then he said, okay, we have a temple like this and we go there. He says, okay. Then Maharaj put his hand on the bead bag and he started chanting. Then Maharaj looks at him and says, you know what is this? He said, no. He says, I chant. We're chanting. Do you do some chanting of mantra? And that person was driving the car. He said, yes, I chant mantra. Said, what mantra you chant? He said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And this Maharaj asked this person, how did you get this mantra? He said that I was once eating a watermelon and accidentally my watermelon fell into the dustbin. He was eating it and it just fell into the dustbin. So he wanted to, there's a lot of watermelon left. So he thought that no one's watching. Let me pick that watermelon and again eat it. It was so delicious. So he put his hand out to pick a watermelon, but instead Bhagavad Gita as it is came out. Then he opened up the Bhagavad Gita and started reading, and there he saw this mantra. So he was chanting for a long time. He said, I've been doing this for years. But then when did he make advancement? When he came in contact with the Vaishnava. He was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Technically supposed to get mercy because Mahaprabhu is merciful. But he was not making an advancement. But somehow when he came in contact with devotee, that is when you got connected to Krishna consciousness, the temple, took initiation and became a very wonderful devotee. Yeah. So they have more material profit. They want Danam Janam Sundari. They want wealth, women. Women means opposite sex. This is all they want. Therefore, one has to make definite progress from the position of material devotion service to second class devotion. So this is not the platform we are supposed to be in. Bhagavatam is not for such people. Bhagavatam, even if somebody is reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam will encourage Prabhu, you are reading, that's no problem, but please make advancement. Go to next level. Don't remain here. Get out. No more. Don't do bhakti for material desires. Yes, and don't do bhakti without devotees. Second class devotees, this comes in 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 46th verse, the next verse. The devotee can see four principles of devotional life. Yeah, there are four principles. Ishwareshu, tad adhineshu, balisheshu, dvishatsucha. Right? There are four categories of people or principles one interacts with. Ishvara, who is Lord. How does he interact with Lord? Prema. He has love for Lord. What about Tad Adhineshu? Tad Adhineshu means one who has surrendered to the Lord. What about them? How does he interact with them? Ishwareshu, Tad Adhineshu, Balisheshu, Dushatsa, Prema, Maitri. Maitri is he has friendship. He makes friends with devotees, doesn't fight with devotees. Fighting with devotees is this category, third class category. Fight, neophyte. What do they say? Fight, two devotees fighting, both are neophyte. Fight, neophyte. That's what they say. And then the second class platform is Maitri with devotees. They love devotees, they friendship with devotees. And with ignorant who are innocent. Innocently, people who are ignorant. They're maybe into sinful activities, but they still are inquiring. They have put a sort of connection. These people are kripa. Give them mercy. Give them faith. Give them association. Give them seva. Give them holy name. And finally, envious people, upeksha. Just stay away from such people. Because they come in contact with Krishna or devotees, they become more envious. So better is we keep distance. That's best principle to do. So they know first of all how to identify. They know clearly how to identify this and how to behave. So one has to raise himself at least to the second stage of the second class, that is the second class devotee, and thus become eligible to know the absolute truth. Yes, this is a very important statement. Unless we are a Madhyama Adhikari, they are called as what? Madhyama Adhikari. The previous one was what? Kanishta Adhikari. You want to know these terminologies, you can note it down. Kanishta Adhikari. Adhikari means a person who is rightful. Kanishta means who is neophyte. Madhyama technically means the middle order, the second class. That's what is Madhyama. Madhyama Adhikari. Yes. So Madhyama Adhikari is a person who becomes eligible to know the absolute truth. So this shloka is actually why Prabhupada is really amazing. Pashyati chatmani chatmanam bhaktya shuta grihitya. Yes, the person who can hear and understand the Lord is a person who's in second class platform at least. That's why we need devotees. We need person Bhagavad. A third class devotee therefore has to receive instructions of devotional service from authoritative sources of Bhagavad. Yes. So he needs Sangha. He needs association. He needs book Bhagavad and person Bhagavad. Needs association. Without association, this person will never, nobody can make advance. Nobody. And what about the first class devotee? The first class devotee is so wonderful, he never considers himself a devotee. He thinks everybody except me is a devotee. And that is why he has a perfect vision because he's seeing Krishna in everyone's heart. But such a person technically cannot preach. Why? Because he sees everyone as devotee. When will you preach? Kripa. When will you do this? Only when you're seeing somebody is ignorant and innocent. So the number one Bhagavad is the established personality of devotee, and the other Bhagavad is the message of Godhead. Yes. So there's book Bhagavad and person Bhagavad. Yes. So two Bhagavats, book Bhagavad, person Bhagavad. The third class devotee has to go to the personality of devotee in order to learn the instructions of devotional service. Yes. Such a personality of a devotee is not professional man who earns his livelihood by the business of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada was dead against this. Somebody says, okay, all right, I will learn how to speak very charismatically, sing a lot of bhajans with devotion, and then I will organize very big program. Yes, Katha Pandal program. There's nothing wrong with arranging Katha Pandal program. Prabhupada also did that. But the goal is not money. So I will earn money by doing programs like this. Per program, how much you get? Per program, I get 1 million. Wow, yes, I'll do this. Such a person is rascal, actually. He's a rascal. He has no bhakti. Who is giving Bhagavatam class for money. Yes, he's giving Bhagavatam discourses for money. And, making, sounding very professional. They're professional reciters. So there are so many Kathakars famous on the various popular channels, television channels. I don't want to take names of the channels because I don't want you to visit them. I don't want to take names of those people who charge money for kathas because I don't want you to listen to them. Because they're not Vaishnavas. They're not Bhagavatas charging money. Yeah, that's not proper. There's a charge. Oh, you want us to come and do Bhagavad Katha in your place? Pay our per hour charges are $1,500. That's a charge per hour. So we will give totally 8 hours every day and sapta. So 7 8s are 56 into calculate that much and transfer in our account. First, we want advance payment, advance check. Please give it. And then after that, we will discuss further. So this is not proper. How much did Parikshit Maharaj pay Shukdev Goswami for the class? Parikshit Maharaj gave up everything and came. How much did Suta Goswami receive? There are 88,000 audience. Each one contributes something like $100 or $1,000. He will become millionaire. Did he charge entry fee? Sometimes we have to charge an entry fee. Sometimes it is required. Why? Because you want to filter out the interested and non-interested. Because you call them, you want to register for session, you would like to come. Everyone say yes, but nobody comes in the end. But we need to keep some minimal charges. But that is not for the purpose of earning money. It is for filtering out the serious people. And more than the charges they pay, we give them prasad. So okay. So now who is the first class devotee? Such a devotee must be representative of Sukadev Goswami, Suta Goswami. What is the meaning of Goswami? Controlled in senses. What is the meaning of controlled in senses? Following 4 regulative principles. Chanting Hare Krishna. Only when you chant Hare Krishna, your mind and senses will be under control. Coming in the bona fide parampara. Yes, these are the first and foremost call. That's why one gets initiated. What is the meaning of initiation? Somebody is chanting before Hare Krishna, before initiation also and after initiation also. What is the difference? The difference is after initiation, one becomes eligible to represent the Guru Parampara. Now you can officially represent. You become entitled to preach. Yes, you can preach to newcomers. Then when you become Brahman initiated, you can also preach to the seasoned devotees. That's why Brahman initiation in many temples is the qualification for giving Bhagavatam class. After Brahmanical initiation, they sit on the Vyasasana and then you can preach to devotees. First initiation, you can preach to the regular community, newcomers. So these are all. That's eligibility for preaching in our movement. Because ours is a preaching movement. You have become a representative. Diksha Kale Bhakta Koila Atma Samarpan Tata Kale Krishna Koila Bhakta Atma Sam. You become as good as Krishna actually. Your Gotra becomes Achyuta Gotra. We were reading, I was with my brahmachari group, I was reading The Servant of the Servant, Tamal Krishna Maharaja. But Prabhupada says that when somebody gets initiated, he's welcomed into the family of Krishna. No, that's officially. We are all family of Krishna. But now you can represent the family of Krishna. So representation is a very big thing. So before presentation, you need representation properly. A neophyte devotee has very little taste for hearing from authorities. Yes. They like only to go to temple and sit down and bus, which is good. Which is good. Very nice. Nothing wrong. But we should not be only that. The people who are coming to Srimad Bhagavatam classes are the ones who are moving from neophyte to second class. That transformation is happening. Yes, I remember in our NOI class, our Shiksha Guru was taking class for us. We were all group of brahmacharis. We did all Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti, now Bhaktivedanta also. We're doing with all brahmacharis. So our courses are quite intense because these people have all the time, right? We don't have any other business than to be with Shastras. We don't have home to run. We don't have family to maintain. We just have Shastras and preaching. That's it. We don't have anything else. So we were having Bhakti. So we are one of the devotees. I know one of my friends. He raised hand and asked, "Oh, which stage we are?" So that Shiksha, without even thinking for a moment, he said, "You're in Kanishta stage." I'm like, what is Kanishta? Double? Why? So even in Kanishta, there are three platforms. Kanishta, Madhyam Kanishta, Uttam Kanishta. Madhyam platform also they have their three platforms. Kanishta Madhyam, Uttam Madhyam. Even Uttam there are three platforms. My God. There are platforms everywhere. Yes, there is categorization, subcategory. Everything is there. And I was like, my God, where? And then by the time we went to the next course. So this we had asked in NOI. And by the time we were in Bhagavad Gita, we asked which level we are in. Okay, now you are Madhyam Kanishta. Oh my God. Like that. So Kanishta never went. Yes. So we have to have the eagerness to go to the next platform. So all this very little taste, that's all you need. That fellow doesn't have any taste. So at least we should have very little taste. Very little taste means at least you're coming for the class. And I can tell you this, uh, the devotees who are serious about daily hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Why am I coming to this forum? I have greed because I want to daily come in contact with book Bhagavat and person Bhagavat, like all of you. I want to come in contact daily. That is my greed. I will come every day. Some days I'll be active, some days I will not be active. Somebody else will be the speaker, whoever is. I'll, in fact, I love to hear more than speak. But I'm looking for speakers who can come and also give. Right? So we wish to hear. Very nice. You should have the taste for hearing. That is the beginning of bhakti. What did Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur notice in Prabhupada? He likes to hear. That's what he doesn't go away. He likes to hear. That's the qualification that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur saw in Prabhupada. Such a neophyte devotee makes a show of hearing from professional men to satisfy. Yes. So these people will not come to the regular Bhagavatam classes of temple. I'm just telling you tendencies that we all have. Oh, this Prabhu is very boring. This Prabhu tells same thing again and again. It says body, soul, chanting, same thing. I don't want this. I want to have ras. Somebody speaking about Radha and Krishna and Nidhiman. Ah, wow, that gives relish. What happened in Ras Leela? Yes, I want to know Ras Leela. I want to know Krishna's power, Radha Bhava, these all things. If first of all, man, you control your mind and senses. Yes, are you chanting on one Mahamantra attentively? Are you following four regulative principles strictly? Be eligible first. So we are not having the eligibility. Bhagavatam is preparing us actually. You come, do this. One day we will enter into 10th cantos. Daily, like this, daily divine discussions keep happening. We will all be qualified one day to enter that particular topic. But without qualification, entry into such kind of topic is unscrupulous behavior. Not good. I want rasa. I like Vrindavan Leela of Krishna, not Vrindavan Leela. But now mind and senses are not controlled. We want to go to Vrindavan. You first come to Kurukshetra. First Kurukshetra Krishna is important. Then Vrindavan Krishna. First Bhagavad Gita. Then systematically, then go to Naimisharanyam. Yes, go to Shukatal after that. Go to all places. Different Bhagavad is going to take you to different abodes. Finally, there will be Vrindavan. 10th canto. After 9 good cantos of grilling and preparation. This is what we need. Bhagavatam gives us what we need. On the other hand, such kind of professional reciters directly they will start with Ras Leela. No, Radharani was crying. Krishna was crying. The audience are also crying. Ooh, everyone is crying. So people, they miss the neophytes, they misunderstand. They think, oh, this speaker makes us cry. This speaker makes us laugh. This speaker, aaj maja aa gaya. So people measure the potency of Bhagavatam class with how much their senses got entertainment. Maja, you will get more maja in watching movies. You will get more maja in enjoying with women right now. That is more maja there. But we are not here for maja. We are here for purification plan. This is a purification plan. Whether we enjoy it, we don't enjoy it, we are supposed to come. We are supposed to Nityam Bhagavat say we are here. We don't like it, still here. Nobody likes to take medicine. Bhagavatam is initially the bitter medicine. Later on, the same medicine will become nectar. There's a beautiful shloka in NOI. Sat Krishna Nama Charitadis Sitapya Vidya. Pittopatapta rasanasya narochikanu kintu adarat anudinam khalu seva jushtad vadvikramadi bhavati tatgata moola hantri. So this shloka tells that initially just like for a patient with jaundice, pittoptataptarasana, his bile comes out. The bile is the bitter base which is there in the stomach. It comes out and covers the tongue. That's jaundice. So when you taste sugarcane, it appears bitter. It's not because the sugarcane is bitter, because your tongue is coated with bile juice. It's the base is bitter. But what is the cure for jaundice? The cure for jaundice is repeatedly taking the sugar candy, although it appears bitter. Similarly, chanting and Bhagavatam are like sugar candy, appearing bitter not because they are bitter, because we are diseased. We are having spiritual jaundice. But what is the solution? Kintu adarat anudinam. Anudinam means daily, day after day, day after day. Adarat means with due respect. We keep coming. Kintu adarat anudinam khalu seva jushta. Definitely, you keep tasting it. Swadvik kramat bhavati tadgata moola. You will develop the taste, and eventually the Bhagavatam, the holy name is nectar, pure nectar. This sort of hearing and chanting has spoiled the whole thing. That means professional reciters who sing they think some esoteric bhajan. राधा तेरी चरणों की थोड़ी धूल तो मिल जाए. Oh, Radharani, I want dust from your lotus feet. Are we qualified for that? Are we really qualified for it? First, go and take dust of spiritual masters lotus feet. Dust means go and serve, go and listen. That's what we need. That's our need. So artificially, let's not pretend to be very advanced. So one should be very careful about faulty process. I'm very careful whose kirtans I'm listening to. I might listen to some people, their kirtan for what? For getting the tune, but I don't meditate on that. I'm very careful whose kirtan I listen. I'm very careful whose lectures I follow. All those coming in Guru Parampara in high standing in devotional service, who's a glorious spiritual masters only. That is very careful. The holy message of Godhead as inculcated in the Bhagavad Gita or in the Srimad Bhagavatam are undoubtedly transcendental subject matter, but even though they are so, such transcendental matters not to be received from professional men. No. Somebody is giving somewhere some Bhagavatam class. We cannot go and stray information. Some Bhagavatam class is going on somewhere. Somebody is calling it Bhagavatam, but you will not get Krishna. You will only get Maya. Why? If the person is not devotee. Avaishnavot mukotkiranam putam harikatamritam shravanam naiva kartavyam sarpo uchishtayatapaha. Just like serpent spoils the milk, similarly the serpent-like enjoying mentality will spoil that milk of Bhagavatam and the holy name. Holy name and Bhagavatam is as pure as the milk. But the sense gratificatory mentality, impersonal mentality of the reciter is like the serpent, which will spoil. And then you drink the milk, you will die. Your bhakti will die rather than growing. So you have to be very careful. A sincere devotee, therefore, be prepared to hear Vedic literatures like Upanishads, Vedanta, and other literatures left by previous authorities or Goswamis for the benefit of his progress. Which Upanishad we listen? Gita Upanishad. Which Vedanta we hear? Bhagavata. That's the Vedanta. What are other literatures? They are other Prabhupada's books. For us, first, that is our rice, dal, chapati, sabji. Other all books, first, our Prabhupada books are our main books. Other all books can be like chutneys and papads, fryams, right? Fryams, chips, which are side dishes, pickles. It's like that. But main business is Prabhupada books. We should discuss around Prabhupada's books. Why did the previous generation, before Rajan, Prabhupada disciples, how they made so much of progress? Because they only listened to Prabhupada lectures and Prabhupada books. That is their secret. They did not listen anything. They didn't have anything else. Now there is so much there in the market. Yes, so much there in the market. So that's why I don't give class. I let Prabhupada give the class. Reading like this is Prabhupada giving the class. What am I doing then? I'm getting points from where all Prabhupada has spoken other things and giving it to you. Because we just repeat Prabhupada, we are going to make pure devotees and we will become pure devotees. Many communities not making spiritual advancement. If you ask me why, because we are not discussing from Prabhupada books enough. We are not repeating what Prabhupada is repeating. And for that, what we have to understand, we have to read and we have to hear, right? Then we will know what Prabhupada is told, what Prabhupada is telling. So never diminish the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. So I always, whatever my style of preaching is, allow Prabhupada to preach. Read. And whatever Prabhupada has spoken or Prabhupada has given other books, just speak that. Finished. That's what I learned from my spiritual master. Once I had asked my spiritual master that, Maharaj, how do you prepare for your lecture? And he says, I listen to Prabhupada's class. And I give that. Prabhupada said, it is good if you can repeat what I said. Prabhupada said, it is better if you can repeat what I said in your own words. And then Prabhupada said, it is best if you can repeat what I said in your own words with your own experience and realization. And that's what I see my spiritual master doing. That's what I see many spiritual masters, bona fide spiritual masters doing. Yeah, they do that. Without hearing such literatures, one cannot make progress. So that is why we need Bhagavatam. This is the way. You'll see that devotees sincerely coming for Bhagavatam class will make tremendous advancement. Tremendous advancement. And without hearing and following the instructions, the show of devotional service becomes worthless. And therefore a sort of disturbance in the path of devotional service. What can be a real disturbance? I might sound very heavy. Real disturbance can be a person who is within our movement becoming a senior. Senior means there are two things. One was seen ears and one is seen through ears. These are real seniors who have heard so much, who have read so much, who have served so much. The second category of seniors who are simply seniors and they have grown through years. You want to become senior devotee, you don't have to do anything. Just be in the moment. Maybe one final day, you will become a senior devotee. But we don't want to be like that. We have to be seen through ears because this will be the real disturbance. Who are seniors, so-called seniors, but not seen through ears. Therefore, unless therefore devotional service is established on the principles of Shruti, Smriti, Purana, and Pancharatrika, the make of show of devotional service should at once be rejected. This is actually a Shastric statement. Smriti, Shruti, Puranadi, Pancharatriki vidim vina aikantiki harir bhaktim utpat aeva kalpate. So our practice of bhakti is not based on the Shastras. For us, Shastras means Prabhupada books. We try to read some other scriptures and interpret it in our own language. That is also speculation. So at our stage, Shastras means Srila Prabhupada's books. And unauthorized devotee should never be recognized as pure devotee. Yeah, sometimes, oh, this person is pure devotee. Once what had happened, devotees were at Krishna Balram temple in Vrindavan. And there was one person who came. He came in front of Krishna Balram. Ah, Krishna, Kanha, and he fainted and he was rolling on the ground. And so the devotees had never seen something like this. They were only heard this in books. So some of the devotees came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, one pure devotee has come to our temple. He's rolling on the ground and he's crying so much like this. How should we treat him? Prabhupada said, bring one nice stick and beat him. Take one nice stick and give him nicely. And in case he doesn't retaliate and he's still having the same disposition, I will personally come there, fall at his feet, beg forgiveness and bring him to me. And otherwise, you will see his true picture. And Prabhupada is always right. Prabhupada is never wrong. So he gave him shot. As soon as that happened, all varieties of abuses started coming out. There's different categories of abuses started coming out from his mouth. When devotees understood. So we don't know what is pure devotee, what is not pure devotee, because we are poor devotees ourselves. Yes. So Srila Prabhupada and his bona fide disciples who are there, look up to them. They have stood the test of time. And follow in their footsteps and listen to them, then we are also trying to be aspiring pure devotees. So unauthorized devotee, this is the main danger a neophyte has. Somebody unauthorized, accept that person. Not that. Somebody who stood the test of time. So Prabhupada, his glorious disciples who have been practicing 50, 55 years. We all should be taking guidance from such people. Right? And those who are taking genuine guidance from them. See the parampara. Don't put trust blindly. By assimilation of such messages from the Vedic script literatures, one can see that all pervading localized aspect of the personality of God within oneself constantly. Wow, this is called samadhi. See, so samadhi is not when person is having breath control and he becomes stationary, or one is slept off, dozed off, he's passed out. That is not samadhi. Samadhi actually means absorption. And that's samadhi. Absorption is absorption in what? Absorption in what we hear, absorption in what we read, absorption while we chant. That kind of an absorption is samadhi. And we're supposed to aspire for that samadhi constantly. And with that, we will definitely able to see the Paramatma in heart constantly. I would like to end on a light note. It became very heavy, punches. There were jabs, cross, uppercuts, hooks coming in all directions. So I like to end with a sweet note. So in India, we had over here also I want to start. I have a thorough desire to start this somehow. We had a bus party. So we used to go. And similarly, there's a small van party. Party as in means we don't eat cut cakes and, have ginger ale drinks, Canada Dry. No, not that. Bus party means distributing books and then, distributing books in every town and village. That's the mission. So there's a small van we are going. I somehow, while dancing in one of the kirtans, there was a big stone that came in between me and my slippers. It was a sharp one. So blood oozed out and I couldn't walk. Because of which then devotees advised me, Prabhu, you please sit in the vehicle. You be there. And sitting in the vehicle, I was feeling very useless. I was chanting, but feeling useless. So I was trying to put out my hand and give books in the vehicle. And some books would go sometimes. And I felt very fatigued and tired because of the pain. So I dozed off. And after getting up, I saw a lot of currency on my lap. I saw 50 rupees, 100 rupees, even 500 rupees, 10 rupees, so many 10 rupees like this. I woke up after an hour. So then I asked, what happened? And everyone was smiling. I was a senior there. So I asked, I demand you an explanation. What happened? Prabhuji, without your permission, we did something. I said, what did you do? We just told the villagers that this Baba has taken Samadhi. So people came and gave money, touched your feet and went away. I didn't even know. So I was thinking Prabhupada's mission is so glorious that even an injured soldier, somebody who's injured, useless, sleeping, you just have to go out and he can be of some service to the mission. Happens, right? All right. I thank all of you for coming. I'm ending 5 minutes early because one day I'd taken extra, so I compensate that time. We'll definitely have question answer some other time. So please do meditate on this wonderful message that we have all discussed from Prabhupada's purpose. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. हरे राम 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 जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज